Guys, I'm about to tell you about a problem I doubt Jimmy Fallon or Jay Leno ever has. I have cannoli cream on my headsets. As I was putting them on, did I know? Is there chocolate cannoli cream on there? Yeah, there is. This is really looking unprofessional. Mike, it's your birthday, and look what happened already.
I'm still trying to get my hat back on.
Oh, my God. Mike, I apologize. I'm going to get through the interview with this, but afterwards, you got to wipe this up. So, Mike, so now you've been in New York for 10 years.
Right.
And so you're making strides. What kind of TV stuff you did?
I did The Tonight Show. I did Live at Gotham, The Tonight Show. I did Last Comic Standing. I was in semifinals on that.
Now, how'd that go? Was that a fun experience?
It was. You know, it's a reality show. We all know that. But it's just
great exposure.
You
right?
want to get that NBC time. It's not even about winning it. It's like everything you advance. Every time you advance is just more NBC time. So that's
exactly.
That's
and prime time NBC.
Prime time NBC time.
Yeah, you know, it's a weird show to do. But now, so how long were you here before you got to The Tonight Show?
I got it 2010.
You see,
so I was here for about 6 years.
That's a lot. That's strides, man. That's strides.
Yeah, it's fighting it out. I mean, Mike knows too, like in the city, and I don't know what it was like when you were coming up, but
I started 91, late 91. I started coming here, like, you know, and at that point, the biggest thing was comic strip to pass there.
Oh yeah.
But then that got taken over by the Cellar. Stand Up New York had its time for a while, but the comic strip was a big deal.
Right, right.
Like, that's where a lot of people went to go see it. And then, but by the mid-'90s, all these alternative rooms came, like Luna Lounge.
Right.
That's where, and I always thought that was BS, but that's how I got on Mad TV, which was my big break, was I was seen at Luna Lounge by Fox executives. They showed up. They actually showed up.
Wow.
Casting directors. And
maybe I should start working the alternative room.
On a Monday night. No, on a Monday night. You know, these people went. Now, do you do any of those at all?
Mostly in the clubs now, but once in a while I'll do one. But between being on the road and in the clubs, it's kind of hard time-wise.
How often are you on the road?
I try to get on as much as possible, but like maybe probably twice a month.
Oh, okay.
Averaging like twice a month. And I've been all over, been the Midwest. I've been this year, like after I did a Comedy Central special too, Comedy Central Presents, and so after that I got on the road like a lot more. Mostly the Midwest, and I did some Canadian cities too, which were they're really good up there.
I've done a lot of work. Oh yeah, they love comedy.
Right.
Comedy in Canada is awesome.
Yeah.
Did you ever play Yuck Yucks in Toronto?
No, I did Vancouver, Montreal, and Edmonton.
Okay.
Those three cities.
In Montreal, did you play that little room? Did you play that real little? What's the little?
Jimbo's.
Yeah. I love that club.
Yeah.
Seats about 90 people.
Yep.
Oh, man.
It's a good club. Reminds me of the Cellar, but in Canada.
Yeah, it's the same kind of, and the Montreal Comedy Festival's fun to do, and Toronto's a great comedy town. But what do you think about doing the road, though? I mean, it's like, you're a Midwestern guy. Ohio's got a lot of, like, I've played Dayton and Columbus's Funny Bone and Cincy and Cleveland. Hilarities is a great club in Cleveland. But I never went to Youngstown. Did they have a club there?
They did. They had a Funny Farm there, but then it closed.
Okay.
So I did like a door deal there the last time I was, because I have family and friends there.
What's the nuttiest thing you ever deal with on the road, or the craziest place? Or most boring place, even? Like, that's what I can't
get. Yeah, the most boring. It's like, you know, if the staff is fun.
Right.
But a lot of the staff now, like my friend, like I worked at Atlantic City, I worked at Trop in Atlantic City, and you work with comics from the 80s, and they tell you just in banana stories. We were paid in Coke.
Yeah,
everybody screwed everybody. It was
once.
Amazing. It's like, wow, I really started this at the wrong time.
I was paid in cocaine one time in South Jersey. Yeah. And I took it. But I just didn't know how to pay my agent. Like, what do you give him? Like 10% of a line.
2 lines.
But yeah, exactly. But I was paid in blow once. Because I mean, it was one of these things. It was this guy was such a dirtbag. And it was one of those clubs that wasn't really a comedy club. He had a room. The guy had a comedy room, and throughout the night it was like that scene in the Blues Brothers where they didn't realize they were drinking their salary. Throughout the night, the guy kept offering me lines, and I was like, you know, we did 3 shows. I'm like, all right, what the hell, you know? And I would keep doing lines in the back with him. Each show I was higher and higher, and by the end of the night, he goes, oh yeah, it's $200, and you did $300 worth of blow. And like,
wow.
He said we'll call it even. He didn't actually take money from me, but I found out by the end of the night I did a free show. More than a free show. That was the weird, because I was paid in Coke, but I didn't realize. realize it.
Oh, my God.
I thought he was a generous guy. No one's generous with blow.
No.
But the one thing, I played a place in North Arizona once, a small club, and there was those Arizona hot chicks, really hot blondes, and at the end of the night, the head waitress, the manager of the waitresses came up to me, who was like 24, and said, real casual, this is the sentence she said to me. She said, listen, me and a bunch of the waitresses, two of the waitresses live together, and they got a big hot tub, and we're all going to have an ecstasy party if you want to come by.
Oh, my God, that's incredible.
And literally, Mike, I'm not lying to you. Literally, the girl's name was Tiffany. Wow. Tiffany's having an ecstasy party.
That's amazing.
They all look like Pam Anderson.
Oh.
And I went there, and I'm telling you, it was fantastic.
There's no flirting. There's no call me maybes.
No,
it's just come to my ecstasy party.
And they loved out-of-town comics who had a little bit going on, like headliners. Every time you walk through there, they were like, yeah. Like, I saw a little bit of that, I saw them being on the Stern Show, you saw a lot of it. But the old Pittsburgh Funny Bone had a Hooters right next to it. And there was this 21-year-old chick who came over I was there with Stutter and John and a bunch of guys, Jimmy Florentine. And this chick just said, I want to get naked for you guys. And as she was getting naked, she said, you know, I really want to bang Dave Attell. That's what she's telling us. And, you know, I'm friends with Attell. And I called it, like, it's funny. I got back to my room, like, Dave, you've got to come to Pittsburgh.
It'll be worth it for you.
So, but I'm more sort of like boring, like Appleton, Wisconsin, that club up there.
That.
Yeah. Like the boredom can get.
Yeah.
But you're right. If it's a crazy club, like the staff at a club can be nuts. Right.
If the staff is comedy fans, it really helps, and they like to party.
Sure.
But some clubs, they're just like. A lot of the chicks are just doing it as a second job, and they're just doing their side work.
They have attitudes.
They just don't want to. They don't even want to recognize that there's comedy going on. They just want to do their side work and get out. And those are the worst places because then you're walking by yourself.